There lies a vale in Ida lovelier than all the valleys of Ionian hills. The swimming vapour slopes athwart the glen, puts forth an arm and creeps from pine to pine, and loiters slowly drawn. On either hand the lawns and meadow ledges midway down hang rich in flowers, and far below them roars the long brook falling through the cloven raven, in cataract after cataract to the sea. Behind the valley topmost Gargarus stands up and takes the morning, but in front the gorges opening wide apart reveal Troas and Ilion's columned citadel, the crown of Traus. Hither came at noon mournful none, wandering forlorn. Of Paris, once her playmate on the hills, her cheek had lost the rose, and round her neck floated her hair, or seemed to float in rest. She, leaning on a fragment twined with vine, sang to the stillness till the mountain shade sloped downward to her seat from the upper cliff. O Mother Ida, many-fountained Ida, dear Mother Ida, hearken ere I die. For now the noonday quiet holds the hill, the grasshopper is silent in the grass. The lizard with his shadow on the stone rests like a shadow, and the cicala sleeps. The purple flowers droop, the golden bee is lily-cradled, I alone awake. My eyes are full of tears, my heart of love. My heart is breaking and my eyes are dim, and I am all aweary of my life. O Mother Ida, many-fountained Ida, dear Mother Ida, hearken ere I die. Hear me, O earth, hear me, O hills, O caves, that house the cold-crowned snake. O mountain brooks, I am the daughter of a river god. Hear me, for I will speak, and build up all my sorrow with my song, as yonder walls rose slowly to a music slowly breathed. A cloud that gathered shape, for it may be that. While I speak of it, a little while, my heart may wander from its deeper woe. O Mother Ida, many-fountained Ida, dear Mother Ida, hearken ere I die. I waited underneath the dawning hills, aloft the mountain lawn was dewy dark, and dewy dark aloft the mountain pine. Beautiful Paris, evil-hearted Paris, leading a jet-black goat, white-horned, white-hooved, came up from reedy Simois all alone. O Mother Ida, hearken ere I die. Far off the torrent called me from the cleft, far up the solitary morning smote the streaks of virgin snow. With down-dropped eyes I sat alone, white-breasted like a star. Fronting the dawn he moved, a leopard skin drooped from his shoulder, but his sunny hair clustered about his temples like a god's, and his cheek brightened as the foam bow brightens when the wind blows the foam, and all my heart went forth to embrace him coming ere he came. Dear Mother Ida, hearken ere I die. He smiled, and opening out his milk-white palm, disclosed a fruit of pure Hesperian gold that smelt ambrosially, and while I looked and listened, the full-flowing river of speech came down upon my heart. My own Onan, beautiful-browed Onan, my own soul, behold this fruit, whose gleaming rind engraven for the most fair would seem to award it thine, as lovelier than whatever Ored haunt, the knolls of Ida loveliest in all its grace, of movement and the charm of married bros. Dear Mother Ida, hearken ere I die. He pressed the blossom of his lips to mine, and added this was cast upon the board, when all the full-paced presence of the gods ranged in the halls of Peleus, whereupon rose feud with question unto whom 'twere due, but Lightfoot Iris brought its yester-eve, delivering that to me, by common voice elected umpire. Here comes today Pallas and Aphrodite, claiming each this meed of fairest, thou within the cave. Behind yon whispering tuft of oldest pine, mayst well behold them unbeheld, unheard. Hear all, and see thy Paris judge of gods. Dear Mother Ida, hearken ere I die. It was the deep mid-noon, and one silvery cloud had lost its way between the piny sides of this long glen. Then to the bower they came. Naked they came to that smooth swarded bower, and at their feet the crocus brake like fire, violet, amaracus, and asphodel, lotus and lilies, and a wind arose, and overheard the wandering ivy and vine. This way and that, in many a wild festoon, ran riot, garlanding the gnarled boughs with bunch and berry, and flower through and through. O Mother Ida, hearken ere I die. On the tree tops a crested peacock lit, and over him flowed a golden cloud, and leaned upon him, slowly dropping fragrant dew. Then first I heard the voice of her, to whom coming through heaven, like a light that grows larger and clearer, with one mind the gods rise up for reverence. She to Paris made, proffer of royal power, ample rule unquestioned, overflowing revenue, wherewith to embellish state, from many a vale and river sundered champaign, clothed with corn, or laboured mines undrainable of ore. Honour, she said, and homage tax and toll, from many an inland town and haven large, massed thronged beneath her shadowing citadel, in glassy bays among her tallest towers. O Mother Ida, hearken ere I die. Still she spake on, and still she spake of power, which in all action is the end of all, power fitted to the season, wisdom bred and throned of wisdom, from all neighbour crowns alliance and allegiance, till thy hand fail from the sceptre staff. Such boon from me, heaven's queen, Paris to thee king born, a shepherd all thy life, but yet king born, should come most welcome, seeing men in power, only alike as gods, who have attained rest in a happy place and quiet seats above the thunder, with undying bliss in knowledge to their own supremacy. Dear Mother Ida, hark ere I die. She ceased, and Paris held the costly fruit out at arm's length. So much the thought of power flattered his spirit. But Pallas, where she stood somewhat apart, her clear and bared limbs, earth thwarted with the brazen-headed spear, upon her pearly shoulder leaning cold, the while above her full and earnest eye, over her snow-cold breast and angry cheek, kept watch, waiting decision, made reply. Self-reverence, self-knowledge, self-control, these three alone lead life to sovereign power. Yet not for power. Power of herself would come uncalled for, but to live by law, acting the law we live by without fear, and because right is right, to follow right, where wisdom in the scorn of consequence. Dear Mother Ida, hearken ere I die. Again she said, I woo thee not with gifts, sequel of guerdon could not alter me to fairer. Judge thou me by what I am, so shalt thou find me fairest. Yet indeed, if gazing on divinity disrobed, thy mortal eyes are frail to judge of fair, unbiased by self-profit, oh, rest thee sure that I shall love thee well and cleave to thee, so that my vigour wedded to thy blood shall strike within thy pulses like a god's, to push thee forward through a life of shocks, dangers and deeds, until endurance grow, sinewed with action, and the full-grown will, circled through all experiences, pure law, co-measure perfect freedom. Here she ceased, and Paris pondered, and I cried, O Paris, give it to Pallas, but he heard me not, or hearing would not hear me, woe is me. O Mother Ida, many-fountained Ida, dear Mother Ida, hearken ere I die. Idalian Aphrodite beautiful, fresh as the foam new bathed in Paphian wells, with rosy slender fingers backward drew from her warm brows and bosom, her deep hair ambrosial, golden round her lucid throat and shoulder, from the violets her light foot shone rosy white, and over her rounded form between the shadows of the vine bunches floated the golden sunlights as she moved. Dear Mother Ida, hearken ere I die. She with a subtle smile in her mild eyes, the herald of her triumph, drawing nigh, half whispered in his ear, I promise thee the fairest and most loving wife in Greece. She spoke and laughed. I shut my sight for fear, but when I looked, Paris had raised his arm, and I beheld great his angry eyes, as she withdrew into the golden cloud, and I was left alone with the boa, and from that time to this I am alone, and I shall be alone until I die. Yet, Mother Ida, hearken ere I die. Fairest wife, am I not fair? My love hath told me so 1,000 times. Methinks I must be fair, for yesterday, when I passed by a wild and wanton pard, eyed like the evening star, with playful tail crouched fawning in the weed, most loving is she. Ah me, my mountain shepherd, that my arms were wound about thee, and my hot lips pressed close, close to thine, in quick falling dew of fruitful kisses, thick as autumn rains flash in the pools of whirling Simois. O mother, hear me yet before I die. They came, they cut away my tallest pines, my dark tall pines, that plumed and that craggy ledge, high over the blue gorge, and all between the snowy peak and snow-white cataract, fostered the callow eaglet from beneath whose thick mysterious boughs, in the dark morn the panther's roar came muffled, while I sat low in the valley. Never, never more shall lone Owain see the morning mist, sweep through them, never see them overlaid with narrow moonlit slips of silver cloud, between the loud stream and the trembling stars. O mother, hear me yet before I die. I wish that somewhere in the ruined folds, among the fragments tumbled from the glens, or the dry thickets, I could meet with her. The abominable that uninvited came into the fair Pelian banquet hall, and cast the golden fruit upon the board, and bred this change, that I might speak my mind, and tell her to her face how much I hate her presence, hated both of gods and men. O mother, hear me yet before I die. Hath he not sworn his love 1,000 times, in this green valley under this green hill, even on this hand and sitting on this stone, sealed it with kisses, watered it with tears? O happy tears, and how unlike to these! O happy heaven, how canst thou see my face? O happy earth, how canst thou bear my weight? O death, 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 thou ever-floating cloud! There are enough unhappy on this earth. Pass by the happy souls that love to live. I pray thee pass before my light of life, and shadow all my soul, that I may die. Thou weightest heavy on my heart within, weigh heavy on my eyelids, let me die. O mother, hear me yet before I die. I will not die alone, for fiery thoughts do shape themselves within me, more and more, whereof I catch the issue, as I hear dead sounds at night come from the inmost hills, like footsteps upon wool. I dimly see my far-off doubtful purpose, as a mother conjectures of the features of her child, ere it is born, her child. A shudder comes across me, never child be born of me, and blessed to vex me with his father's eyes. O mother, hear me yet before I die. Hear me, O earth, I will not die alone, lest the thrill happy laughter comes to me, walking the cold and starless road of death, uncomforted, leaving my ancient love with the Greek woman. I will rise and go down into Troy, and ere the stars come forth, talk with the wild Cassandra, for she says a fire dances before her, and a sound rings ever in her ears of armed men. What this may be I know not, but I know that wheresoever I am by night and day, all earth and air seem only burning fire.